Hello. Hi. Today I have some plans, I guess. Dude, this like the idea of being able to record videos quickly. You wouldn't notice a difference other than the fact that there is a video more often now, but that has actually made it so much more easier for me to upload videos that I think I'll be doing this much more often. So I've ordered food. If you heard my last video, last audio, I ordered food and like an idiot, I ordered too much food. So I'm ordering that food again because I just gave that food to my friend so that it doesn't go to waste, right? Now I'm ordering today again. So it's wings, it's chicken wings. Anyways, hope you're doing well. Today, actually, so I'm not a weird person, mostly. I mean, I'm weird, but like I'm not weird in a bad way. But I wanted to talk about something. So I was talking to a girl today, right? And she was standing like right in front of me, and I just got gobsmacked by her eyes because they were so pretty, and it just reminded me of Brit Lar. So she didn't have her eyes, uh, but Brit Lar has some of the most pretty eyes, and the best. So she's in Severance. She's in Severance, and whoever is directing Severance, by the way, knows that she has some of the prettiest eyes in the world because I swear to God, there are so many shots that are just her eyes. Like literally, there are shots, close-ups of just her eyes and nothing else, and it is deserving because she has some really really pretty eyes. They are like greenish and really really pretty. And like real big as well. So I saw this girl like just literally inches away from my face is standing with big black eyes, like literally just dark void of abyss sort of eyes with a little bit of like glint or like shine in them. And I just could not, like, I had every single muscle in my body fought its hardest to concentrate and not just follow. But yeah, I love, dude, it was so good. Um, anyways, um, yeah, Britla looks amazing. Anna Taylor also has some like huge eyes, just eyeballs. Yeah, just pretty people. Anyways, so yeah, I am right now, by the way, waiting for Overwatch to update. So my plan was to play some Overwatch and then record an audio, but I'm going backwards now because what has happened is this bloody for some reason it's literally saying 1 hour, 1 hour 40 minutes till the update is finished, and I'm just confused because it's not that, like, how is this update so big? There's no reason for it to be this massive, but here we are. So because I have nothing to do, I'm just recording this audio right now. Yeah, I'm not sure what we are gonna talk about here. Actually, you know what, I do know what to talk about. So um to be honest, I will actually do this quietly because I need to first see if this is even possible or not. Once I'm done with it, then I'll tell you what I was doing. So sorry about that. But important stuff. I'll keep it unpaused so I can still talk to you and stuff. Um also been seeing this series or stuff of um ex celebrity treats thirst tweets, and they are so funny. I had to take a break, so I am not sure where I left the recording. But right now, I am right here, still with the video. I'm doing something. I'm not sure how to do this new thing that I'm trying to do. Hmm. So this will be a little bit of me just being quiet and trying to figure something out. Okay. So I figured it out, so I'll just talk about it. So what I was trying to do is, in my last audio, I showed accidentally my chess account name. Now that's by itself is fine, but the issue is that my chess account name has part of my real name in it. Now some of you might already know this, but that I have my real name just I just have my real name in my YouTube, right? Wow. So I have my real name. Oh my goodness. Let me just delete this. So I have my real name, part of my online name, which, as you might know, is what on earth is this? This is such a annoying little feature. Okay, okay. Which is swap, right? Swap is part of my real name. Indian people will most probably be actually be just able to tell what my real name is just based on that. But um, my last name I don't have anywhere online, right? And my last name was in the YouTube video. So that is what I'm trying to fix right now. It's not a big deal, right? But it's good to have like, good to be just careful. Oh my god. It's massive. The blur, I mean. Frankly, I like catch the error pretty quickly as well in the actual like video. Like when I'm recording, I just pause it quickly. In the error, in the actual like recording, I pause the video quickly, go back and log out. So it doesn't take that much time anyways. Okay. I think we are done with the blurring. So that was quick. Um Once this is done, I will, I don't know, we'll do something else together. My food is here, so I'll just go get that quickly. I am back. Okay, it's been a while for me at least. Obviously, for you people, it's like just 2 breaks I took. I ate. I'm well fed now. Overfed probably, but that's fine. So yeah, Overwatch is still saying 1 hour and 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. I am just gobsmacked. Like, why is it taking so long? But yeah, I'm not sure. Do you wanna scroll some Reddit together? Let's see. What is this Indian thing I'm getting instantly? This is so annoying, dude. Like the amount of chat GPT ads and stuff. Like, what is this? This is just concerningly bad. This is not France. There's no way. It is. It looked like India. What the hell? So I closed the tab as well. It looked like it's India, dude. That's how Indian railways are all the time. I'm not sure what to do, honestly. We could do reading some articles or something, but I'm not really an article person. So I don't have any in my mind. Let's see GDC. Um, GDC website, maybe? Hmm. Do we wanna see how to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube? I wanna see a written guide, which is apparently a very rare thing nowadays. You usually get YouTube videos, which is a good thing, I think. But you know what? We can talk about this for a second. The difference between written media and video media. Let me just quickly see this. Um, multi-streaming solution. So this is going to be, what the hell is this even? It doesn't even have any. Okay, whatever. So what's the difference between online notepad, online paint actually? So we got paint.js, this one. Actually, it wasn't this one. We used a different one, didn't we? Yeah, this one. So this one isn't even loading. This one loaded immediately. But both are like pretty similar. This one is just dark mode for some reason. That's hilarious. Okay, anyways. So as I was saying, the there are two types of medias: written and video. There's also audio. So we'll have these three, right? Now, when we come to YouTube videos, right? Something like a YouTube video. Actually, you know what? I wanna change something. So instead of, wow, literally can't um cannot like go back. Okay. Where's the brush? Is this the brush? What is a brush? It looks like a brush. Okay. Yeah. So instead of this, I'll see image, right? So we have YouTube videos, then we have articles, and what else? I guess let's just start with these two. So YouTube videos primarily are audio and images, but they can also have written stuff in them, right? Like captions or something like that. Article, on the other hand, are mostly written, and they can have an image component to them as well, but they don't have audio. So this is what I am gonna focus on, which is what's the main difference between audio and video. For example, let's say that I have to explain you a concept which requires three-step explaining, right? So there are three concepts, A, B, and C. I just got a message. I'll quickly check what that is. Um, okay. So as I was saying, it's a three-step message. So I have to explain concept A, which leads into concept B, and it leads into concept C, right? So that's the first thing. Now, we are going to compare again in a YouTube video and in an article how you would go about learning these, but we are mainly going to focus on the components of audio or the lack of it. So, a YouTube video, right? Because you're listening to these concepts being explained, what you can do is you can use your eyes because you're listening, right? So, you're listening to it. So your ears are occupied, but your eyes are free to do something else. So you can choose to pay attention to either the video or something else. Again, I'm focusing more on the lack of audio or the presence of audio, right? So YouTube video, you can listen to a YouTube video, even the ones that I'm explaining right now. You don't need to see all of this, right? But you can choose to watch it. But majorly, what it does is, because you're listening to it and everything I'm explaining is in audio form, you can look away. You can do something else. You can listen to this while walking or something like that. But in the case of an article, your eyes are occupied, right? So your eyes, you have to pay attention to what is in front of you. And while your ears aren't occupied, the thing is that when you're listening to something else, it will. So it's very interesting because when you're listening to me speak, right, you can tune it out. But in turn, you wouldn't be able to focus on something. And if you choose not to tune it out, then also you won't be able to focus on something. Whereas when you're reading something, right, even though your ears are not occupied, you won't be able to focus on two different things. You can't focus on the article and you can't focus on the thing that you're listening to at the same time. In a way, what I'm saying is that when you're listening to something, your eyes are free to do something else that's less focus based. For example, while you're walking is a much more secondary sort of action, right? Where your eyes are required, but they are not, like, you're not processing information firsthand. You're processing information, your brain is processing the information in sort of a secondary subconscious way. Whereas when you're reading something, your brain has to take that information and process it consciously, right? Is the primary processing that is happening. Because of that, if you're listening to something, it can't really process that as well. So that's one thing, right? But there's something else which is very interesting, which is a YouTube video, an article. You can skim through an article pretty quickly, and you can skip parts of an article, and you can go back of to an article's like beginning part. For example, if you understand the concept A, you go to concept B, you see that you already know what concept B is. I'm so sorry if you heard that. Someone was revving the motorcycle outside. Um, I think it's because the engine was cold or something, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll just repeat that. So let's say you learned concept A, then you go to concept B, you realize that you already know what concept B is. What you can do is follow the article skimmingly until you reach concept C. And you can read it. Now let's say you read concept C and you're like, okay, I'm missing some gaps. So you want to go back to concept A. That's very easy. You just scroll up and you go back to concept A. And you can go back and forth between these two very easily, right? Basically, the speed and the direction at which you're reading the article, right? It's very, very dependent on you, right? The faster you can read, the faster you'll be able to finish the article. Not only that, but the if you think about um like, again, as I said, like skipping lines, skipping sentences, right? Or skipping entire sections just from a overview. Basically, you can look at the entire article at once, right? You might not be able to process all the information at once, but you can look at the article at once, see how long it is, see how wordy it is, see if this is giving you any information just by skimming on the topics, right? Compare that to a video where now YouTube has chapters, but let's ignore that for a second. I'll come back to that. But you are not able to tell where concept A ends, where B begins, where B ends, and where C begins, right? You can't really skip back and forth. Like, if you skip like 10 seconds, right? You might skip something important in those 10 seconds. So skipping means that you are essentially genuinely skipping content instead of skimming through it like in the article, right? So again, if I am looking at concept A, right, I'm listening to it. After I listened and I realized that concept B has started, my two options are either keep skipping 10 seconds until I realize that I have reached concept C. Most probably I'll over skip a little bit, so I have to skip back a little bit. Or I go through all of it at a faster speed, which is the second thing, which is I have the ability to control the speed at which the video plays, but there is only a certain speed at which I can actually do that. Like above 4x or something, I won't be able to understand what the video is saying, which means that there is a limit to how fast I can finish this video, right? Even if it's not like, let's say the video is 10 minutes, even if it's not 10 minutes, I can't possibly finish the video in 2 minutes because that's too fast for me to comprehend what's going on, right? And then if I look at concept C and I have to go back to concept A, of course I can just go to the start of the video, but it's harder for me to pinpoint exactly where I need to go, right? This is where the chapter things come. Even if there are chapters, right? What if I want to go to a particular point in the video? I still have to find it, right? Going back and forth. Going back and forth is so much more difficult because again, you unlike an article, you cannot look at the entire video at once, right? Very interesting concept also because this comes up in, and I love this concept a lot, the fourth dimension, right? And how to visualize the fourth dimension. Because something very interesting, let me just remove all of this. Something very interesting that happens. So let's say we have a 2D world, right? This paint is our 2D world, but I'm drawing like a plane here as well. And we have a 3D world, right? So I want you to imagine a watermelon in a 3D world. So this is our watermelon, right? And this is like obviously green in color. But when I cut the watermelon in half, what happens? Well, now I can see that the watermelon is actually green in color outside, but it is red inside, right? But there's no way to see this in the 3D world without cutting it. Similarly, think about in a 2D world, right? In a 2D world, this is our watermelon, right? And the inside is red. Now, a person who is part of the 3D world looking at this watermelon from the sides, they can only see the surface of this watermelon, just like we can only see the surface of our watermelon. When I cut it, they can then see this thickness and they can then see the red inside the watermelon, right? Keep in mind, they can also just see the surface of the red, just like we can only see the surface of the red. Only after cutting they can see inside it. But do you notice this? As 3D beings, we can see all of the watermelon at once. We don't need to cut inside the watermelon to see that it's red inside. Similarly, a 4D creature wouldn't need to cut a watermelon to see that it's red inside. It is something that a 4D creature can see just by the nature of being 4D. It's complicated, I'm not going to go all into it, but it is something that's really, really interesting. My point was that an article, right? It's something that we can see all at once. And funnily enough, it actually does come down to an article being a 2D or rather a 1D uh, information, piece of information, whereas a video is genuinely a 3D or a 2D piece of information. The reason I put the slash is because technically speaking, like for example, the reason the letter A is 2D is because it's got X and Y coordinates, right? Like basically it has a length and a height. But you can technically show that in Morse code as well. And that is just a single dimension, right? That's just a blink. So you can technically showcase this in one dimension. And the same with this as well, where a video could technically just be dots and blinks, right? The reason that it has an extra dimension is because of time, because a video is playing in time, right? That's the part that makes it impossible for us humans. I mean, I'm saying impossible in a very vague sense, but basically we can't see all of a video at once, right? Technically, videos are 24 frames per second, so if you print out all of it, you can just see it in one frame, but you get what I mean, right? More importantly, with audio, because this is what we're actually talking about, right? Audio is something that you can't really print out, and even if you can, because you can technically just get a waveform of the audio, we as humans just don't understand this. Like, we just simply don't understand this, right? The closest we have is writing. Like, we write stuff and we read it, and then we can visualize or audiolize, I guess, what it is supposed to be. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. This is something, a concept that I've had in my mind for a while now. which is the two different forms of media, right? Audio and image, or 2D static image. Because audio is very dynamic in a sense, like you have to listen to it over time. Whereas an image is, because I make audios, right? So it's part of like what's different for me. Um, because writing a blog post and making an audio are very similar, but consuming them is difficult, different, not difficult. I mean, creating them is also different because one, you just naturally speak, and the other, you have to spend some amount of energy to write it, translating whatever you're saying um, into like written language. But that's like very minor. But yeah, I'm not sure what else I want to do right now. The bloody download is still going on. It says there's still 1 hour remaining, which is nuts. Um, I think I'll end it here then. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything has been good for you. Hope you've been having good food. And yeah, see you soon. Maybe to get today again because I'm loving making these mini audios. It's really like nice. But yeah, hope to see you soon and take care. Bye bye.